Alright, everyone here should know how rhythm games work. They're usually ball-bustingly hard, kinda short, and really, really, really strange. Also, they got some kick-ass music, but that kinda goes without saying. That's like saying Platinum Games made a game with, like, shit gameplay. Like, that never happened, come on. Now, I'm not gonna lie, I'm pretty shit at most of these games. I can barely get past Guitar Hero and Hard. Dance Dance is something I will never understand. And what the fuck is going on with Osu over here? I'm not over here saying that I hate rhythm games, but I think relatively few of them have actually grasped my attention enough to make me want to play them. The few that I do really like, though, are Guitar Hero 3, Elite Beat Agents, and Gitaroo Man. I only got time to talk about one of these games, so let's just talk about the best one. This game is... It's a video game, that's for sure. This is a game made by Ines, who also made Elite Beat Agents and Oendom, which I previously said I liked, so these guys obviously know what they're doing. Ines also just recently tried to kickstart another new rhythm game titled Project Rap Rabbit. They were asking for an easy goal of 1.1 million. Come on, guys, that's chump change. Easily passed the goal within the first day. I mean, it was such a huge success of a Kickstarter. I can't wait to see that game in action. Even with all those games, the best of the bunch, in my opinion, is Gitaroo Man because of the amazing gameplay and the fantastic cutscenes. So you know what? This is gonna be a new thing for me, but since the game is only like an hour long, I'm gonna go through the entire game, song by song, and explain why I love the game so much. Sort of like a review, but showing the entire game. So just sit down, relax, shut your dirty mouth, and let's get started. So after the woman sexually says the title of the game, you are greeted to this wonderful cutscene.
Yo, you won. Kazi been pecking on you again? You're really like totally useless, aren't you?
As you can see, clearly, this voice acting is unreal. Critics all over the world were mesmerized by these just emotional performances. This Count Snoopy over here is Puma, a talking dog that is somehow in the real world and able to do all these things. Also, this Melvin over here is Yuan, the main character of the game and the Gitaroo Man. Also, I know I'm jumping the gun a little here, but it's never really explained what the Gitaroo is or how they even get a hold of it, but I digress. In the cutscene, Yuan starts complaining how he can't impress this girl Pico, so Puma gives him some advice.
But you won. There's something you can do about it, I think. Come on, let's go. Give it a shot.
Huh?
Yuan, what are you, a fucking idiot? Why are you acting so surprised? The answer is obviously tennis racket. Right after, we are introduced to the tutorial, and here we learn the main gameplay of Gitaroo Man. The gameplay is incredibly unique. First, we have the trace line, where you have to follow it with the left analog stick. On the trace line, attack points will show up, where you have to press and hold any of the face buttons at the correct time. It's a really fun way of playing because you have to worry about both following the line and hitting the button at the correct time. But that's not all for the gameplay, that was just attacking. We also have guarding. Guarding is where the enemy will throw attacks at you, so you have to hit one of the 4 face buttons at the correct time to dodge the attack. This seems fairly straightforward at first, but later into the game, trust me, some of these dodges can get pretty intense. These two modes go back and forth throughout most songs to keep you on your toes so you never really get bored of the gameplay. Also, I gotta point out one thing about this game. This fucking band in the background, they show up in every song, and I just love them. They're great. If anyone out there can find figurines or something of them, please point them my way. They just ooze charm. Anyways, back to this beautiful story. After getting his ass handed to him while practicing, a demon baby named Pampus just appears out of nowhere in his room. Like, it literally just appears for no reason.
I'm Pampus, and I'm gonna chop you in half. What's that?
I don't understand.
It then starts screaming about a Gitaroo Man, and in all the confusion, Puma just pulls the Gitaroo straight out of his ass. No, literally, I have no idea where he got this fucking thing. Why did he have it? Anyways, he throws the Gitaroo at U1, and U1 becomes the Gitaroo Man. After that, we start our first fight against Pampus. A couple things I didn't mention about the gameplay is that you have different stages other than attack and guard. As you can clearly see, both you and the enemy have a health bar at the top of the screen. To get your health up, you need to hit the notes during a charging phase. Here, when you hit the notes, your health begins to slowly increase. Also during this phase, you don't get hurt if you miss a note, which is really nice. At the end of the battle, you have the harmony phase, where it's pretty much the same as the attack, but usually with some dope-ass finishing move in the background with it. So back to the battle. The actual battle and song with Pampus is okay. Replaying it after beating it, it's one of the less interesting fights in the game, but it's a great introduction. If you're new to this game, this fight should be a piece of cake. It's just there to let you learn the ropes. So back to the story. After sucking the lifeblood out of Pampus into your Gitaroo...
Oh, don't eat my soul! Arr, 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 arr.
U1 just kind of ignores what just happened and teleports onto a moving luggage cart. Like, seriously, what the fuck's going on here? How did he get into this situation? Where'd he get a luggage cart? Why is this happening? So U1, like the spaz he is, crashes into his crush named Pico and her dickhead boyfriend?
You won? Pico! What are you doing? Practicing your skateboarding moves?
You gotta be kidding me. You call that skateboarding?
And I gotta say, this spiky-haired fuck murders U1's life with this line.
You can't do anything, let alone skateboard. Face it, you'll never succeed. Not in 100 million years.
After just murdering U1's entire existence, fucking aliens attack. Yeah, out of nowhere. Giant, dancing, mind-controlling UFOs. Okay, sure, whatever.
Over here, you won.
This song is great. The fight is a more fast-paced version of the Pampus fight, where the focus is more teaching the player how to manage against different lengths of the chords. Also, this music is kick-ass. This song is one of the few tracks in the game with vocals, and it sounds really good. The best part is, the vocals only kick in during the beginning of the fight where you were charging and the end with the harmony. It just sounds really great when it does that. One thing I want to point out before I continue though, is that the cutscenes during fights are so great and charming. So much is going on in this one with the band, the people getting mind controlled, U1 dodging, the dancing UFOs, and during the harmony, U1 fucking rides on top of one of the UFOs. It's great. The issue with them though is that they're so detailed and fun to watch that you are almost upset that you have to play the game. You have to focus so much on what's going on with the notes that you don't really get a good chance to see what's going on in the background. This is also a problem that persists in other rhythm games like Elite Beat Agents and Parappa the Rappa. But hey, this is mostly a nitpick, and I still love the cutscene, so I don't know. Moving on, after the fight, U1 and Puma crash into the woods. We get a shot of the main villain of the game sitting evilly in what looks to be the Seattle Space Needle? Why? We then cut to Puma and U1 talking about him being the Gitaroo Man. Puma wants him to be the Gitaroo Man, while U1's kinda hasty about doing it. Also, Puma delivers the best line in the game.
I'm gonna practice my skateboarding and Pico's gonna be like, wow, you're so cool!
If you live in your dreams, you got no future, you won.
God damn it, Puma, you're making the existential dread kick in. Don't let it set in. After talking some more, the next strange-ass enemy just comes out of the shadows.
Dude, look out!
Huh?
I'm gonna get you, Gitaroo man!
It's just a black man in a bee costume. Okay. So after that beautiful entrance, the fight begins. This song works the same as the last two, but it seems to focus more on smaller notes, which, trust me, is needed in late game. There's not really much else to talk about other than the song being some smooth fucking jazz. Funk. This song kicks some serious ass. Moving on to the next cutscene, Puma suddenly turns into R2-D2 from A New Hope and shoots a message out of his eyes. Can I just ask, what the fuck is Puma? Like, what is he? Is it a dog? Is it a figment of his imagination? On the message, you have this old fuck who says he's being held captive on planet Gitaroo, and only he can save them. U1 is like the player, really confused, but Puma just finds this random ship in the woods just sitting there for some reason. It's also got this disturbing ass smile on its face. It makes me feel uncomfortable. So anyways, while on their way to Planet Gitaroo, a hype ass space hammerhead shark comes out of just nowhere and starts chasing them. This leads to the next song. This song is where things start to get interesting. Because you are in a spaceship with no way to attack, all you can do is guard. So there is no attack mode or anything, just press the buttons at the right time. This is great, because you start to see how the game is teaching you to master mechanics through small little level gimmicks. And this level has the hardest dodging in the game seen yet. The song, on the other hand, is only okay. Not horrible, but could be better. Definitely the weakest song seen so far. So after escaping the space shark through the wormhole, you crash into a random moon base above Planet Gitaroo. The giant shark then transforms into a giant robot, and then U1 ship turns to a fucking Gundam. Oh shit, here we go. We're gonna have a giant robot fight, aren't we? Oh my god, let's fucking go! Oh wait, oh, this song's the biggest piece of shit yet. Oh. Seriously, this is definitely the worst song in the game. For starters, you've got two giant mechs duking it out in space. That sounds hype as shit. And it should be. Problem is, half the battle is U1 being a coward and very slowly running away. The fight is just very slow and not exciting. Same goes for the actual gameplay. You see, the whole point of the song is to teach you how to hold long notes. Thing is though, it's not particularly engaging or hard to do. And even guarding is easy. Also, let's say you accidentally don't follow the trace line for a second. Well, enjoy like 12 fucking seconds of pretty much silence. The song is really bad too. It's trying to go for the space reggae kind of vibe, which I would be down for, but the high-pitched shrieking of the notes sounds terrible. It's a good idea for a boss, but it's just terrible execution. So after U1 stops being a giant coward, he murders the shit out of the space shark. Suddenly though, they get a message from the main villain of the game, Zoe.
Huh? What's that?
I am Prince Zoe of the Gravillions. You may hand over your Gitaroo to me.
Huh?
That is the legendary last Gitaroo I have been searching for all my life.
Puma, thank God you put on that weird ass accent there. If it wasn't for that, probably would have given him the Gitaroo, not gonna lie. So after that incident, Zoe fucks off and U1 and Puma make their way down to Planet Gitaroo. There, they both decide to set up camp near a tree. But while practicing his guitar under the tree, a familiar face meets up with U1.
Pico?
My name's Kira. What are you doing here?
Hey, I could ask you the same exact question. What are you doing here? Okay, so for some reason Pico's here, but is instead going by the name Kira? You would think this means it's all in his head, but trust me, later on I'll explain why it doesn't make sense either way.
Ah, love. I envy you. Love is something I can never hope for.
Never?
Oh, don't worry about it.
Yeah, she's totally not foreshadowing anything. Just ignore that one, U1. Just get back to playing your tunes. So now we have, in my opinion, one of the best songs in the game. It's not challenging, it's not exciting, it's not even really that long. All you do is play the guitar in attack mode. You aren't even really attacking her, so I'm just gonna label her health as Kira's panties. Seriously, this song is just you trying to woo Kira into sleeping with you, but I digress. This song is the slowest song in the game. It's a lullaby that is just so fucking good and relaxing, it's astounding. It teaches the player how to react to things at a much slower pace and to relax themselves in the middle of a song. And trust me, that again comes into account later in the game. So after the song, it causes Kira to fall asleep with U1.
Oh, yeah.
You cannot give me shit for making sex jokes when this game does this, okay? The next day, U1 wakes up to the noise of Puma being carried away.
Puma! Puma, where'd you go? Why'd you leave me? What am I gonna do all by myself? Puma! Whoa! Oh, no, not again!
While chasing after Puma, U1 suddenly gets captured by Zoe and taken to this weird prison. In the prison, they thought it was a good idea to hang Puma from a crane? Like a goddamn public hanging? I don't know. I don't know what the hell's going on anymore. Oh shit, Skeleton Warriors!
Skeleton Warriors!
This song is where the game really starts to drastically ramp up its difficulty. Everything you learned in those earlier sections, you need for these last couple of fights. For starters, here you don't have Puma to give you your Gitaroo, so you have to do the whole first part only guarding, just like the shark one before. A little bit into the song, Puma starts hilariously freaking the fuck out and swinging the goddamn crane out of control until it becomes loose.
Sorry for the wait, you won.
Puma, Gitaroo!
Here's where you start playing the game like normally. The song is visibly much faster than the other songs you have played, and there is a lot of times where you have to hit multiple notes in quick succession. For a first timer, this song could definitely be quite the challenge. Also, the music here is a mixture of Spanish guitar music and some weird ass noises from the skeletons. These two things come together to make an interesting song, no doubt, but make it an enjoyable one no less. So U1 murders the Skeleton Warriors and has a quick moment with Puma. In this one line he delivers, it shows the beautiful emotion U1 is feeling after being reunited with his best friend.
I'm sorry I worried you.
Puma.
But hey, you did pretty well all by yourself, didn't you?
Yeah, I did.
Well, after that tearjerker of a scene, U1 and Puma head out to kill the last two Gitaroo Masters so he can become the true Gitaroo Man and defeat Zoe. The next boss we find is hiding out in a church. This Adam-looking motherfucker does not mess around. If you thought the skeletons were bad, to a newcomer this guy can be a just brick wall. For my first time playing through this game, I was definitely stuck on him for a while. Gregorio's song is very reminiscent of metal mixed with some church organs and a little boy choir. Okay. All of these combine to make one kick-ass song, but since it's metal, you can imagine some parts can be overwhelming if you're new. Dying so much here my first time led me to another complaint I have with the game, and that's the song has like a 25-second opening where you really aren't doing anything. And if you were bad at the game, like I was, or want to try and perfect the boss, you were going to have to go through that same opening every time. This is a problem with a lot of the bosses in this game, not just Gregorio here. On the upside, you can mash the stick and make U1 do some stupid-ass dances during the cutscene, and that helps alleviate the pain just a little bit. So after you defeat him with the power of rock and roll, you move on to the final master.
It seems the legends are true, but I've prepared the stage for the ultimate test. Who's the true ruler of planet Gitaroo? It will be decided once and for all here in Gitaroo Arena!
Fucking Gitaroo Arena. It's so stupid. I love it. I love it. So in a crazy turn of events that no one expected, none of us, Kira is the final Gitaroo Master. She apparently was bred since birth to become a Gitaroo Master, which sounds hype as fuck if you think about it, really. U1 then spouts some shit off about not wanting to fight her, but then decides, let's just start the battle anyways. The battle begins with a glorious sight, and then you begin the fight. You'll notice that you have little to no health and no charge segment at the beginning here, which means that if you fuck up just a few notes in the beginning part, you're dead. The good news is, this part only lasts for about like 30 seconds before U1 just quits. Kira, instead of just finishing him off, questions why he won't fight. Also during the scene, I swear to God, Puma turns into Cool Cat.
You won! Attack her! Or she'll finish you!
That person's just a big, big bully!
Instead of battling against Kira, U1 decides to play the lullaby from earlier, but an amazing rendition of it. Seriously, this song is easily the best in the game. Even though the plot of this game is insanely stupid, I couldn't help but get hyped when the song started playing. And when Kira joins in, it just comes together to create something insanely memorable. If I were to say one issue with the song, is that once again, trying to perfect it or dying late into the song results in you having to do the entire thing over. Still, it's a small price to pay for such a memorable song. So Kira gives up her powers to allow you to become the true Gitaroo man. Trust me, they even say it. See?
You are the true Gitaroo man.
Now this is where the plot becomes just really confusing for me. Kira says it's time for U1 to wake up to reality, which implies that this is all a dream. But the world is so wacky and strange that I'm not sure what is a dream and what isn't. Spoilers, but apparently U1 was gone for the entire summer in the real world. So was he actually in Planet Gitaroo? Or did he just hallucinate in his room for the entire summer? Also, Puma can fucking talk in the real world, and I just realized that I'm overanalyzing a rhythm game story. So after becoming the true Gitaroo man, everyone is happy, everyone's cheering. But we forgot about Zoe. Zoe decides to reveal his true giant form, and it's pretty cool, I'm not gonna lie. He then begins taunting U1 and... just watch, I can't explain it.
You can do it!
So tell me what you do.
I can do it!
What, defeat me?
I can!
No, not you.
Can too!
You're a loser.
Am not!
Always made fun of.
No way!
Always dumb.
Never!
Always running.
No!
Always failing.
No!
Fail in all things.
No!
Can't do anything.
Yes, I can!
So what can you do?
I can do it!
What is it you can do?
I can do it!
What can you do? Show me now.
Sure, I can!
Miserable scum. Show me all you got.
I can do it! I can!
No, you can't.
I can!
There's no way you can.
And I can!
You can't.
Because I can!
Because what?
Because...
Say it. Because what?
I can do it because...
You're an adult, which means you're not a child. And if you're not a child, you're an adult. And if you're an adult, that means that I shouldn't listen to you. Oh, ah!
U1 activates Super Saiyan, and him and Zoe fly into the air to have the true final battle. This battle kicked my ass the first time playing through. It's literally a culmination of everything in the game packed into one. Insane guarding, numerous short notes back to back, longer notes, it has everything. You really need to master everything to beat Zoe, which makes her a pretty damn difficult final boss. This part, especially at the end here, kicked my ass a few times during this playthrough. To help out, the song also has frequent charges that help you get some health back, but they don't really add too much health. They are just kind of relatively useless, in my opinion. I will say though, the song is great. From the heroic sound of the charge to the evil sound of Zoe's guitar, it all comes together really nicely. Also, one thing I gotta say. Look at this shit going on in the background! It's hype as shit! You're duking it out one-on-one while flying into space doing some awesome guitar riffs! I gotta say, move over, Devil from Guitar Hero 3. This is the most hype guitar battle in all of games, and you know what? That's a fact. So after an insanely close call at the end here, I finally defeated Zoe and saved Planet Gitaroo. Puma comes out of nowhere and catches U1 and takes him home from Planet Gitaroo. Here on home, he has some newfound confidence, and the real-life Zoe tries to embarrass him in front of Pico. And U1 does this.
He's a loser. He can't do anything. That's great.
Look at that face. That's the face of someone who doesn't know what the fuck is going on. So he steals this girl and runs off into the sunset to have a happily ever... Wait a second. Why are Pico's pants on backwards? Wait a second. Why is she even roller skating? I'm done. I'm done. So that's Gitaroo Man, an incredibly well done rhythm game that does so many cool and interesting things to make it truly stick out in a world of many rhythm games. Also, the story is one of the most batshit insane stories I've ever experienced in a game, but I don't think it's bad. Well, it is bad, but it has a ton of charm to it that just makes me adore it. I love it. It's so stupid. So yeah, I'm done. Wait, what is this? Masters mode. Huh. Oh, it's like a hard mode where like you go through the songs but you can't get hit more than a couple of times. I think I could be good at that. Yeah, let me try it. It can't be that hard. Oh no. Oh, I blow donkey dick at this game, don't I? Oh. Alright, before you go and panic, don't worry, the video isn't any longer. This is just me gonna be rambling for a couple more minutes. So, if you wanna go, go. If you wanna hear my stupid ass ramble, stay. I'd appreciate it. So once again, holy shit, my video just blows up again. To 100K this time. It passed the fucking Freeman's Mind video that's been out for like 3 months. I think it has something to do with negativity, because, you know, negativity sells on the site. Don't worry, not every video is going to be negative or about Isaac or anything, so you don't have to worry about that. I'm actually a very optimistic person, so that's why it's pretty funny that that video is so negative. There's going to be probably more negative videos, but I'm mainly going to be positive. Speaking of positivity, I'm going to be plugging another channel, so yeah, I'm going to be plugging another channel this time, and it's not going to be Bip, even though, you know, he made another video, so if you want to go check him out, I'm still going to have his link in the description. But I got another channel this time, and once again, I'm friends with them. It's a guy named Shaforny. He mainly uploads, like, montages and compilations of his own streams, and if those aren't your things, you can just watch his streams, too, and he's got an archive channel for them. He's really funny, and if you don't know, if you remember Cluster Truck a while back, you probably have seen his video on Cluster Truck when the devs invaded his stream. Just not that many people stayed, or not as many people stayed, because that's how I found him personally. So if you wanna go check him out, he's got some fantastic content. You know, maybe just to see the Cluster Truck video and go, hey, this dude's pretty cool. That'd be awesome. So yeah, this video is a little out of ordinary, and I know that, and this type of video is not going to happen all the time. This was kind of a bitch to make, but it was fun. I had a lot of fun making this video. Next video is going to be about something I love, so stay tuned for that, because I'm very, very excited to start working on my next video. See ya.